I think it'd be good to understand from Sam Ghosh and Sundeep Sikka, bring up the stock of Reliance Capital for our viewers. It'll be good to understand from them the deal highlights and what's the way ahead for Reliance Capital really, because the stock got quite a bit of a fillip because of this deal that has happened. But let's get in Sam Ghosh as well as Sundeep Sikka on this. Sam, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. To your mind, what are the highlights of the deal that you've struck with Nippon Life? Sam?
Well, we are delighted that Nippon Life has decided to increase its stake in our asset management business from 35% to 49%. They valued the company at 8,540 crores, which is the largest or highest valuation for any asset management company. The 14% stake is valued at 1,200 crores. We've signed the definitive documents, and closure is expected before the end of this financial year, or we'll certainly close it before the end of this financial year. I think just to highlight how the transaction has happened, Nippon Life came in at 26%. They valued the company at that point at about 5,600 crores. Then last year they took an additional percentage to go up to 35%. At that time they valued the company at 7,300 crores, and this time they valued the company at 8,400 crores. So every time they've increased the value. That shows that not only is Nippon Life committed to growing the relationship with Reliance, but also that they've shown that the value has also gone up step by step. So obviously that gives great confidence to us as shareholders in asset management company that the company is doing very well.
Sam, if we actually look at the deal, the valuation comes to about 6% of AUM. What is your view on the valuation? Do you think it's a good premium that you've gotten?
I think we are extremely satisfied. I think the valuation obviously takes us to the higher end of the market. And as I mentioned, that at 8,540 crores overall valuation of the company, that's the highest valuation of an asset management company. So in that, if you look at it from that perspective, Nippon Life obviously has given us top dollar for this company.
What is the breakup of debt and equity in terms of AUM for you as a house?
See, overall as an asset management company, we are India's largest asset management company. We manage nearly about 2,75,000 crores. Within the mutual fund business, we are at this point of time about 1,55,000. Out of the 1,55,000, about 55,000 is roughly 55,000 is equity and balance is debt. So also I'd like to highlight, I think on your earlier question, I think we are also one of the most profitable asset management companies. So if you were to look at it this way, I think when you talk about valuation, overall valuation, we from an AUM point of view, we have a very strong retail AUM which is very sticky, and along with that it's one of the most profitable asset management companies in India.
So Sundeep, I mean, with the deal with Nippon Life Insurance, will become a co-sponsor, and could you elaborate on this? Will there also be any change in board composition?
Overall, if you were to see, there will be a little change in the board. There will be additional directors. However, the management control remains with Reliance. Overall, I think as far as the management is concerned, I think we clearly see we benefiting. Nippon Life is one of the largest insurance companies. They manage assets in excess of $500 billion. So we clearly see this partnership is not just about a stake sale, also clearly see both the companies benefiting from each other. We, along with Nippon Life, had launched two products in Japan, an equity fund and a bond fund on 1st of September when the Prime Minister Modi was in Japan at that point of time. These funds are almost going to be $1 billion now. And we clearly see in times to come, I think this allocation coming to India from Japan, I think more and more retail investors will be investing into India, and taking into account Nippon and Reliance, both are very strong companies with a strong track record in the respective countries. We see, I think this AUM, this money which is going to be moving from Japan into India, increasing many fold in times to come.
Right. Sam, when can we expect foreign partner hiking stake in the life insurance business?
On the life insurance business, Nippon Life has a stake of 26% in that company, and we are in talks for them to increase their stake from 26 to 49%. We have also agreed that this will happen in this financial year.
Right. And Sam, any update on finding partner for the general insurance business?
See, on the general insurance business, also we own 100% of this company. We are looking at a strategic partner to come up to at 49%. We are in talks with a number of players in the market, and we hope that we'll be able to conclude a transaction on this, not in this financial year, but certainly in the next financial year. The company has been doing well. The company is profitable. ROEs have gone up to about 14%, and we expect it to go up to about 18%. The gross written premium, the top line is also grown at about 15%. So I think the company is doing well. Our aim obviously is to bring in the right strategic partner who will complement our business.
What's the growth outlook and the strategy for Reliance Capital? Are you looking out for any inorganic growth opportunities at the group level?
Reliance Capital has been growing on an annual basis. Last year profits grew significantly to over 1,000 crores. This year obviously we'll aim to grow the profitability above 1,000, the last year's figure by at least 10 to 15%, and top line will also grow at about 10 to 15%. But this is only an aggregation of all our businesses, and as long as all our businesses are support that, and they are supporting that profitability levels, then automatically Reliance Capital obviously achieves the desired profits.
Sundeep, media reports indicate that Reliance Mutual Fund and HDFC Mutual Fund are both in race to acquire the fund management business of Goldman Sachs in India. That's worth about 7,100 crore rupees. Is there any truth to it? And if so, when can we expect the deal to actually take place?
Yeah, I would not like to comment on any specific names as such, but as Reliance Mutual Fund, we are open for acquisitions. We have one of the largest networks. Anything that complements our business model, business style, I think we'll be open for it. And I think if there is anything happening, we'll come and share with you.
Okay, gentlemen, so good having you. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us and giving us that perspective. Well, that's of course Reliance Capital. Nippon Life has hiked the stake. Remember, the stock was extremely active in trade yesterday. What is active is DCB, of course, and seeing some more flashes as well. Kotak too has cut their targets down to 100, and which explains the kind of move in the stock today. Most brokerages have actually downgraded the stock, and the target prices would be cut thereof. Nevertheless, let's take a very